today we have Mohamed. He's going to talk about his passion and love for Korean culture. So thank you very much for the interview.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, can you briefly introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Mohamed. I'm going to be a fourth-year linguistics student at York University this coming September, and I've been taking Korean language classes and Korean culture classes for about a year now.
So when did you first encounter Korean culture?
I grew up around other Korean people. There weren't a lot, but there were still a lot of Korean people around me, and I've had family members and like my cousins and like my uncles and stuff. Like, I have some people who worked in Korea, then came back, and they've always like talked about Korean culture and Korean music and stuff. So I've always been around Korean culture.
Mm-hmm. What makes you really fall into Korean culture?
One big thing is food. I love Korean food. Korean food it's very heavy and spicy. It's like my food back home, but I really like Korean food. Also, I'm a pop culture junkie. Like, I love knowing what's new. I love knowing which celebrity knows which celebrity and everything. And then in Korea, they love it there too. Like, it's huge. Idol culture is huge over there, so it caught my attention. And then now I'm forever in love with idol. Yeah.
So why do you think the Korean culture is now widespread in North America or in Canada in particular?
I think it's the fact that a lot of is like in North America we love our celebrities and we love knowing about our celebrities, but then we don't idolize them like they do in Korea. So a lot of like younger people especially, they love idols because they're like, oh, I can watch them on variety shows, I can watch them on reality shows and love them and everything. So with younger people especially, I feel like that's what's big. But with older people, I feel like there's a lot of Korean culture is being more pronounced now. Mm-hmm. Like if you go to Christie Koreatown or like Finch Koreatown, you see a lot of people that are not Korean enjoying food, going out, looking at, like watching Korean movies, because they show Korean movies now on like Netflix and they show it on movie theaters and stuff. So I feel like with older people, you can find, even with younger people, you can find them looking at all aspects of Korean culture. But I know a lot of younger people nowadays just love K-pop. Mm-hmm. Like K-pop's their thing.
So have you watched the Gangnam Style by Psy?
Oh, everybody's watched Gangnam Style by Psy.
He took the world by storm.
It did. It's like 60 million views on YouTube now. Mm-hmm. Everybody loves it. I feel like it's because he makes fun of everything in that music video. Because in Gangnam is known for having a luxurious style about everything,
it's
like
clubbing.
Yeah, it's like Yorkville here, but I feel like a lot of people, especially Canadians and Americans, they see Psy as just a comedian. They see Psy as a comedian who decided to rap instead of a rapper who decided to be hilarious like a comedian. So I feel like the fact that it's all funny and he makes fun of everything makes everybody love Psy.
Besides Psy, who else is your favorite Korean pop idol? Or
I love idols, but I started to listen to a lot of different types of Korean music lately. So I listen to a lot of 21 and Big Bang, and I listen to Sistar. I listen to 10 centimeters, Ship Senshi. Yeah, I feel like I really, really like them. And I like a lot of OST artists that sing for a lot of the dramas, like Ali. And I watch Superstar K3, and I like that Ooh La La session.
Wow,
yeah.
so you know more Korean culture than
I
I do.
love pop culture. I will search.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's talk about Ontario Korean language, Ontario Korean speech contest?
Yeah.
Competition?
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's talk about it. What was it like to be a contestant at Ontario speech competition?
When I first, when I decided to do it, I thought, oh, it's gonna be nothing. If I write something and I talk about it, I'll win. But then when I got there, my heart stopped. I saw so many people. I saw so many different types of people. I saw people from U of T. I saw people from the United States. I saw foreign exchange students that were doing Korean speeches, and even other students that are in my school. I saw them, and everybody's speech was so different that I just couldn't see anybody not winning. I originally was gonna write about my hobbies and when it comes to Korean culture, but then I have a lot of Korean friends that come as language students, and they ask me, oh, I heard this about black people or this about white people, and then I always had questions for them, so I decided to write it on that, and then it took me 5 months almost to write it, but I was happy that I finished it.
그래서 저는 책을 많이 읽고 쇼를 모두 다 봐요. 그런데 지난 여름에 저는 텔레비전을 보다가 열받았어요. 텔레비전에서 얼굴을 까맣게 색칠하고 까만 옷을 입은 개그맨을 봤어요. 쇼에서 연예인들이 모두 웃었어요. 그때 저는 마음이 아팠어요. 그들은 저를 비웃고 웃었어요. 그래서 저는 제 친구 승리에게 물었어요. 제 친구는 흑인들은 흑인들은 기분을 나쁘게 하고 싶지 않았어 라고 말했어요. 그래서 저는 하나 더 물었어요. 캐나다로 오기 전에 흑인들에 대해서 어떻게 생각했어? 친구가 대답했어요. 흑인들은 강하고 위험하지만 힙합과 랩을 잘한다고 생각해서 저는 그 대답에 놀라지 않았어요.
So after you finish your part, what was the reaction from the crowd? Because yours is different from anyone else.
Yeah.
Anyone else was talking about Korean culture, how they got into Korean culture,
Yeah.
Korean food, friends.
Yeah, and then I talked about prejudice from both the Black Canadian
Right.
sides and the Korean side. But a lot of people came up to me, a lot of older people came up to me and said, "Oh, I never noticed that that's how a lot of people look at each other that way." But I knew a couple of people I talked to. They agreed with me on the topics. Yeah, because it was like a lot of the times, like through media, especially, even through interactions, like seeing kids at school or seeing people at the mall and stuff. A lot of people know there's like that stereotype that a lot of Black people are like really good at like entertainment stuff like sports and music, but they're very like dangerous or like they have like a bad side to them. And like the fact that a lot of Korean people are very solid in their love for Korea.
Right.
Korean people love Korea, but it's like some people will see it as see it as arrogance sometimes. And like the fact that Koreans love a lot of brand names, but everybody loves brand name. But the fact that I looked at both sides of it, I think was fair in the fact that everybody did get to see both sides of it. But I feel like it was something that I thought I should address because it's something that I see and I experience every day. Yeah.
So is Korean culture or Korean food getting recognized by your community as well, or?
Yeah, I've like a lot of people think, especially since I come from a Muslim community, a lot of people think that that a lot of women who wear hijabs or like and stuff don't listen to a lot of Korean music or like they don't experience a lot of Korean culture. But I've met like a ton of girls and like a ton of Somali guys that are very conscious about what's happening in Korea. They know which movie came out, they know the new dramas that come out, they know everything. So it's like I feel like my culture is being recognized by a lot of Koreans and Koreans are recognizing a lot of my culture.
So in Toronto, where is your favorite Korean hangout?
I hang out a lot in Christie, Koreatown. I've always worked around Christie, Koreatown. Like my first job was there. My job right now is really close to Christie, Koreatown. Like my friends live in Christie, Koreatown, so I tend to hang out in Christie, Koreatown.
So can you cook any Korean food, or do you?
That's a very hard thing, but I've tried with my friends before. One time we made injeolmi.
Oh, really?
That took us hours. We sat down, we were pounding the rice flour. It didn't come out very nice, but I've tried.
Yeah, even many Koreans can make
Yeah,
injeolmi.
I've tried, and then we tried making like tteokbokki, and we tried making gopjangbokkum.
Wow.
But that I'll leave it to the restaurants.
Right.
I like eating that, so I'm not gonna ruin it for myself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's start with the tteokbokki or kimbap.
Yeah,
Or
and then like I'll move
Korean
up to
pancake.
gopjangbokkum. Yeah, but gopjangbokkum is like one of my favorite dishes. It's like my favorite
Really?
thing. Yeah, it's really good. I like how chewy it is.
Many
I like how
many
chewy and
restaurants
spicy it
don't
is.
like gopchang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is not a very popular thing in North America.
Right.
You don't find like a lot of people who say like I'm gonna eat like
Yeah, when they
intestines or
find out,
something.
yeah, it's a cow in.
intestines. They're like, ooh, but like gopjangbokkum is really good. In terms of Korean culture, I like to thank a lot of people. I like to thank a lot of the family members that taught me about Korean culture. I like to thank Lee Seng-nim especially for teaching me the Korean language, for being kind of a linguistics Korean mentor to me, and for showing me about all what's really fun in Korea, because Lee Seng-nim tends to talk about what's really cool in Korea. I also want to thank all the idols for keeping me very interested, and I want to thank everybody really. Yeah.